Hey, what's up, college football fans? Tiger Paul Craven coming back at you with another video here on this rainy Sunday afternoon up here in upstate New York. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the Clemson-Syracuse game from this past weekend. I was actually at the game this past weekend. Me and my daughter actually went. Those of you that don't know, I live up here in upstate New York, and it's tough to make it to Clemson games. So I was really excited to actually get to go to a Clemson game, first time in a while, and it was great. The Syracuse fans were awesome for the most part, and it was a great atmosphere. Surprisingly enough, it wasn't a sold-out crowd or nothing. There was plenty of seats up in the upper decks. My seats were kind of on the third row, Clemson side of the field, about the 45-yard line or so. So I had really close seats. I mean, you basically reach out and touch the players almost. You saw the team meetings on the sidelines happening, stuff like that. So it was a pretty great atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. Got some good trash talk in with some Syracuse fans. A couple of them sitting next to me, drumming up conversation. It was a lot of fun, guys. But getting into the game, coming out of the bye week, I really had hopes that we would see some sort of marked improvement in this offense. And once again, it seems like we are in the same exact position that we were week one with this offense. It's not very good. I don't think it's going to become very good. If we were going to see any improvement, I think it would have been this week against Syracuse. And if you watch the game, guys, obviously that's not the case. We just can't move the ball consistently. We can't find a rhythm. Every now and then we'll strike a good drive where we'll put, a 10, 12 play drive together where we look great. And I'm like, man, that's what I'm talking about. But the consistency's just not there. DJ, again, missing passes. A couple big drops. I know early on in the game, it might have been the second drive. I think it was the second drive of the game, guys. Don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure if it was the second drive or not. But I think it was the second drive of the game. DJ threw a great pass to Justin Ross at about the 50-yard line. Hit him right in the hands, and he would have probably run for another 10 yards after the catch had he caught it. And he just dropped the ball. It looked like he might have rolled his ankle on that play, but he came back in and was fine after that, so it clearly wasn't anything serious. But it was disappointing. I mean, that really could have opened it up. To see a pass like that get thrown and caught early on in the game, like I said, I think it was the second drive of the game. We would have been in Syracuse territory. We'd have had some momentum going, and once again, another drop by the receiving corps. So that was a big drop by Justin Ross. I think he had another drop over on the Syracuse sideline. I think Ngata had a drop. Davis Allen had a drop or two. So there were several drop passes in this game. And with an offense like Clemson that is struggling as much as it is, you can't, DJ needs help. He's obviously not playing great this season. He obviously lacks some confidence this season. I mean, if you just watch the games, you can see it. So for the receivers to go out there and drop ball after ball in crucial moments and moments that could, turn the tide and give DJ some confidence and give the offense some momentum, it's really disappointing to see. I really wanted to see some marked improvement on that side of the ball and on those few things, DJ throwing the ball and the receivers catching the ball, and it seems like there's just no improvement there. It's the same Clemson offense we watched in weeks 1 through 5. Here we are in week 6 of our season, and there it is again. Same offense, no improvement. And honestly, I don't know that we will see any improvement. I think the defense played pretty well. We let that running back, I forget his name, but that kid, I'm telling you guys, that kid is good. I mean, when he hits a hole and there's an opening, he is gone, man. That kid is tough. He runs really well. Yeah, that guy from Syracuse, that running back, he's crazy good. They played good. I think for the most part, Clemson's defense contained him well. Syracuse quarterback threw a couple big interceptions. I remember one, they were driving down, and he threw an interception at like the 5 or 10 yard line to Tyler Venables, which was a big play for Clemson because they had a lot of momentum. I think it was right after number 34, that running back for Syracuse, had broken off a huge run against Clemson, got them way down into Clemson territory, and then the very next play, the Syracuse quarterback comes out, throws an interception on like the 5 or 10 yard line to Tyler Venables, and that kind of killed that drive for them. Thankfully, we needed that because they were rolling with some momentum right there. The stadium was hopping, so that was good right there. But overall, I think the defense played well. As expected, our defense, they tend to do that. They tend to always play well. As the game moved on, we kept making key mistakes that we couldn't make. We couldn't sustain drives, and we let Syracuse hang around, and eventually, what do you know? Our defense is on the field. Last drive of the game, we're up by 3 points, and Syracuse is driving. And what happens? They keep driving. They finally get down into field goal range. I think they were down in our territory, deep in our territory. This was the last play of the game, and if you guys go on my channel, I actually have a clip of the field goal that Syracuse attempted. So they attempted a field goal. I think it was 4th and 1. Dino Babers, instead of going for the kick, or instead of going for the first down, it was 4th and 1. He wanted to put his field goal kicker out there, which, some people criticize the decision, but I guarantee you if the kick would have went through, no one would be criticizing the decision. So it is what it is. Dino Babers made the decision that they would kick the ball. And they have a pretty good kicker. I didn't know much about him, but I looked up some stuff about him, and he had made, I don't know how many ever kicks in a row. I mean, the kid's a pretty good kicker, and he just missed it. He just missed the kick, which is great. I went nuts when he missed the kick. I knew that the game was over. I knew that the game was ours, and we narrowly survive another game against a team with inferior talent. And that seems to be what Clemson's season's going to be, guys. It was a great game. It was a great atmosphere. All the Syracuse fans that I got to interact with were pretty amazing. And it was just a real fun experience. My daughter, it was one of her first Clemson games in a long time. I think her second Clemson game ever that she's ever been to. So it was a lot of fun. But this just is what Clemson is. We're going to be winning games like down to the wire all year, or losing them down to the wire all year. We're going to be leaning heavy on that defense. And that's worrisome, especially coming up to our next opponent, which is Pitt. They got an explosive offense, so that should be interesting next week. But yeah, guys, that's just my thoughts on the Clemson-Syracuse game. Let me know what you thought of the game. Let me know what you saw. And if the game went how you thought it was going to go, Or did you think Clemson would have a little bit more success like I did? I thought Clemson would have some more success. Like I said in my preview video, I thought we'd win by, a touchdown and a field goal or 2 touchdowns, and that was definitely not the case. But hey, in 2021, as a Clemson fan, where we're at right now, a win is a win, and we'll take them. Tiger Paul out, guys. I'll see you in the next video.